Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to solve our second part of the ratio analysis, and in our next class, inshallah, we'll solve the third part, which is only for A levels. Today we are going to do the second part of the ratio analysis. The first part of ratio analysis is for O levels and AS. Today what we are going to do is for O levels and AS, and the third part would purely for A levels, but it doesn't mean that A levels, the ratio for O levels and A levels, AS levels could not come for A levels. Okay, but especially there are some ratios which we have to report in A2 actually. So we'll discuss in our next class, inshallah, purely for A2. Okay, those ratios which are purely for A2. Okay, so we are going to share the question again that we were discussing. And today, just for the sake of reminding, here we are. Okay. Last time we discussed liquidity ratios, then efficiency ratio, and this efficiency ratio, the last one, non-current asset turnover. I told you this ratio is only for A levels. Okay, this is not for O levels. Now today we are going to start with profitability ratios. Profitability ratios. Okay, this is our topic today. Profitability ratios. Yes, has to do with the profits. Okay. Now, in profitability, first ratio we have is gross. This is gross profit margin, or simply margin. You can call it margin also. Simply margin. Margin means, if you say somewhere, margin means gross profit margin actually. The formula is very simple. Gross profit, okay, divided by net sales. Okay, and then multiply by. Getting my point clear? So this is how we calculate gross profit margin, or simply we call it margin. Getting my point clear? This is the formula: gross profit divided by net sales. And one ratio which is just very close to this is number 2 actually, is gross profit markup. Or simply we call it gross profit markup, or we can simply call it markup. The only difference between margin and markup is, see the formula: gross profit, okay, divided by cost of sales. Are you getting my point here? This is the only difference. Gross profit divided by cost of sales. Okay. Okay. Then multiply by. This is the difference. So be very much careful about. Okay, they have asked you to calculate margin or markup. Margin means gross profit divided by sales. Markup means gross profit divided by cost of sales. Are you getting my point clear? Okay. Now, what happens? Take this example. We have, okay. Now, in this, we are given margin of 20%. Gross profit to sales margin is 20%. So how do we calculate? Now, if we are calculating this one, gross profit margin is equal to, gross profit, okay, divided by net sales, okay, multiply by 100. Multiply by 100. Okay, this is the formula. Okay. Now, it is not necessary every time you are asked for to calculate gross profit margin. Are you getting my point? In this question, gross profit margin is given, already given to you. This is 20%. Okay. So what we do to solve this question, what we do, okay. Now in this question, question like this, we do not need to calculate margin. Margin is given, that is 20%. Okay. This is 20%. Okay. Now, we have to calculate gross profit using this formula. Okay, this is gross profit. Okay, we don't have the figure. Now next, net sales. Yes, we are given the net sales in the question, and that is $120,000. $120,000, and here we will write multiply by 100. Okay, this is the situation. So in this situation, we don't need to calculate margin, but we have to calculate profit using this same formula. Okay, and here we will write. Now here we'll write. So how it's all? How we'll calculate gross profit? Very easy. And then we will calculate how. The calculation would be like this. Gross profit is equal to 20 multiplied by 120,000 and divided by 100, and you will get the required answer of gross. Okay. Sometimes they don't ask you a very straight question. They can ask you to find something, and this is the answer. So what would be the answer? See, here is my calculator. Okay. This is my calculator, and 20 multiplied by 120,000 divided by 100. The answer is 24,000. 24,000 is the amount of gross profit. Sometimes we need to change the equation of the formula to find something else in the formula. So this is how we calculate. This is gross profit margin as required in the question. Now second is gross profit markup. So in this question we have calculated cost of sale somewhere. Oh yes, we have calculated cost of sale here. No, where it was. Cost of sales, why it is 96,000. We have calculated somewhere cost of sales. Okay. Here it is cost of sales, and cost of sales was in this question 96,000. Are you getting my point here? We have already calculated. Now to calculate gross profit markup in this question, we are not giving markup, but we are given margin, and we can calculate markup. So how to calculate markup? Very easy. Is equal to, see, gross profit is 24,000. Okay, divided by cost of sales. Cost of sales is how much? 96,000. Okay, and multiply by. Okay, so we can easily calculate markup. So what would be the amount of percentage of markup? Markup would be how much? So here is my calculator, 24,000. 24,000 divided by 96,000, 25% is your. Getting my point clear? Okay, now we have done two profitability ratios related to gross profit. Now our next formula is net profit margin. Net profit margin. So how to calculate net profit margin is easy. Net profit okay, divided by net sales, okay, multiply by 100. Okay, net profit divided by net sales multiply by 100. Okay, So this is the way we calculate net profit margin. Acha, by the way, in this question, we are given net profit margin, that is 8%. Okay, 8% is net profit margin, but even then, if you have to calculate something, if you want to calculate net profit, we can calculate just like we calculate gross profit margin. Now, net profit margin is 8%. Okay, kya kar diya? 8%. Okay, what is net profit? We don't know the amount of net profit. Okay, multiply by 100 and net sales is $120,000. Getting my point clear? So we can calculate net profit in this situation. Okay. So how would we calculate net profit? So net profit would be equal to 8 multiply by 120,000 divided by 100, and we'll get the amount of net profit very easily. Okay, so sometimes I told you we don't need to use the formula directly or as the formula given, but we have to set the formula to find out something else in the formula. So that would be okay, 8 multiplied by 120,000 divided by 100. So 9,600 is your net profit. 9,600 is your net profit. Getting my point clear? Okay. Then next, question number 4. Number 4 is ROCE. ROCE stands for, return on capital employed. Okay. And the formula is net profit divided by capital employed. Okay. Multiply by 100. Okay. So this is the formula of return on capital employed. Now here the question is, what is capital employed? So capital employed is basically calculated by 2 ways. Okay. First, long-term liabilities plus owner's equity. Owner's equity. Okay. Now, owner's equity might be partner's equity, might be shareholder's equity, whatever it is. We are considering here is the capital is considered as owner's equity. Second formula for calculating capital employed. Depend which formula you have to use, depend upon the data given in the question. Is non-current assets plus current assets minus current liability. Okay. So whatever you like, the way or no, whatever you like is not the question. Actually, whatever the data you have given, you have to set the question. Now, in this question, we have calculated net profit 9,600 in formula 3. Here is our net profit margin. Now, see what is given in the question. Okay, non-current assets at book value given, long-term liabilities are given, total shareholders equity given. Okay. Now, non-current assets are given, but we don't know all the current assets. Well, like cash at bank, cash in hands, Other receivables we don't know. Only we have receivables and inventory. So it's better to use long-term liabilities and shareholders' equity. They both are given, so we can calculate capital employed using them. Are you getting my point clear? Because I have told you there are two formulas of using of calculating capital employed. So we can calculate like this. Okay, no problem. So in this question, our capital employed would be, we are calculating using this formula. Okay, we are calculating capital employed using this formula. Getting my point clear? Okay, it's very easy. So most of the time in O-levels, A-levels, I found that the first formula is given, this one. So now see, what is the amount of long-term liabilities? It's given 50,000. Plus, what was the amount of shareholders' equity? That is the 266,000 is the owners or shareholders' equity, 266,000. So total capital employed would be how much? 50 plus 266. 50 plus 266, 316,000. 316,000 is your total capital employed. Now you can easily calculate ROC. So ROCE would be how much? See, 9,600. Okay. Okay, divided by divided by 316,000. Oh my God. And multiply by, done. C. Okay. So what would be the answer then? ROC. ROC would be 9,600 divided by 316,000 multiply by 100. The answer is 9,600 divided by 316,000. 3.03%. 3.037, or you can make it 3.04%. This is your return on capital employed. Yes, it is low in this question. Okay. Now move. Okay. these profitability ratios up till now, all the ratios are in O-levels and A-levels, both. Okay. Now, expenses to revenue ratio. The last is expenses to revenue ratio. Okay. So now, how to calculate expenses divided by net sales multiply by 100. All profitability ratios we don't calculate in ratio, but we answer it always in percentage. So this is the formula. Expenses to revenue. This question, the most wonderful thing, very easy sometimes. See, gross profit to sales is 20%. Then gross profit to sales is 20%. Net profit to sales is 80%. The 12% is 20 minus 8. 12% is your revenue, your expenses ratio. Are you getting my point? It's very simple to calculate. Now, using this ratio, this technique, if we know gross profit is 20%, net profit is 8%, it means expenses are 12%. Very simple. We can calculate the amount of expenses in this question. Now, see, what will happen? See, we'll write here 12%. Okay, 20% gross profit, 8% net profit, 12% is your definitely. Okay. So what are the expenses now? We don't know. So we'll write expenses over here. Okay. Divided by net sales. We know in this question net sales is $120,000. Okay. Multiply by. Okay. Now, how would we calculate expenses? See, 12 multiplied by 120,000. Okay, divided by. This is how we are going to calculate expenses. Getting my point clear? So, amount of expenses would be 12% of $120,000. So, here is my calculator, and it says 12 multiplied by 120,000 divided by 100 is 14,400 is your amount of expenses. $14,400. This is amount. So these are five profitability ratios, and all five are included in O levels and A levels both. In again, I'm repeating this efficiency ratio number 4. Non-current asset is only for O level, A levels, not for O levels. The rest of the three are for O and A both. Okay. Now liquidity ratios 1 and 2 both are for O levels and A levels. Okay. So be careful about that. Expenses to revenue ratio. This is the end of profitability ratios today. Inshallah, our next class for would be the last topic, that is ratios only for investment ratios, actually, basically. Investment and liability ratios. So we are going to discuss only for A2, actually. The next recording will be only for A2. Okay, students. So this is how we calculate ratio analysis. Very important. Okay, and for O levels is very important because they always give in their exam. Always ratio analysis are there in paper. If you see 7110 principles of account or 7707 accounts, both the old paper and new paper, both you will find ratio analysis always there in every paper. Okay, in A levels you should know. Sometimes they give you as a part of any question. Okay, so be careful about that. So that's all for today. Okay, my students, I'm trying my level best to provide you coaching as much as I can through my videos. Subscribe my channel. If you have anything you want me to ask or solve for you, just leave a comment. Okay, thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.